Hey everyone. In this video I want to talk to you about how you're less likely to hurt others when dating or when you're in a relationship if you know yourself really well. This is a reason why so many people end up hurting other people when dating. If somebody doesn't know themselves well, then they're way more likely to hurt other people because they don't know what they're looking for. And when you don't know what you're looking for, you can easily drag people along when dating, and that will lead to you hurting other people. So to kind of break this down a bit, what that really means is if you don't know yourself well, if you don't know what you're looking for well, then that means you're just going to date a bunch of random people until you end up finding what you're into, what you like. And when you do that, inevitably some of those people you're going to hurt them because you'll get to know them and then you'll find out that, hey, maybe you don't like certain aspects about their character, and then if you don't know yourself well, it'll actually take you a while to get to that point. So by then, they're going to start developing feelings for you and they're going to start to get invested in you. And then once you realize you're not into them fully, then you're going to kick them to the curb and you're going to hurt them. So this is why knowing yourself is really important, because the more you know yourself, the more you'll know what you're interested in, what you're looking for, the kind of partner that you desire. And with that, you can basically eliminate a lot of wasted time and energy spent dating people that you know you're not going to like, because as soon as you meet someone and start to get to know them, within probably the first 10 minutes or so of talking to them, you're going to know whether or not you like them. I mean, everybody knows what that's like. Almost everybody knows within the first 10 minutes whether or not they could see themselves becoming intimate with someone. That right there is going to tell you whether or not you like them, and then beyond that, the more you get to know them, will tell you whether or not you could see yourself being in a long-term relationship with them. So get to know yourself really well. Sit in the question of who am I? And then ask yourself, what do I want? Those two questions are huge. I mean, I used to meditate on a daily basis sitting in those two questions. I would do it every morning as soon as I got up before going to college at the time. I would just meditate on those questions. And the first one, who am I? You basically want to be as honest with yourself as possible. So don't lie to yourself about who you are. This isn't you trying to visualize the perfect you. It's you getting to know yourself as you are right now. So just start listing off the things that make you who you are. Adjectives and character traits and that sort of thing, maybe skills you have as well. You just want to get to know yourself well by knowing what makes you who you are. And then the second question, what do I want? You can break that down into what you want a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months, a year, so on and so forth. You just want to have an idea of what you actually desire in life so that you can have something to reach towards, something to aim at with your, like a bow and arrow, where you're the arrow. So you want to make sure you're being shot at something that actually is what you desire. And you won't know that if you don't ask yourself those questions. And inevitably, when you ask yourself, what do I want? There's probably going to be someone in that equation, a romantic partner. So ask yourself what you want them to be like. What are the desired qualities that you would like them to have? Do you want them to be ambitious? That sort of thing. Ask yourself these questions. It's huge. And the more you do this, the more you get to know yourself, you greatly reduce the odds of you hurting someone else because you're going to know what you want. So you're not going to get invested in someone if you know you're not going to like them or want to be around them long term, should I say, that sort of thing. Not liking someone isn't a bad thing. I don't know why people nowadays get offended over this if someone doesn't like them, but hey, look, it's part of life. No, not everyone's going to like you, and that's just the way things are. You don't have to like everyone either. It's just a part of life. But anyway, this is a very important thing to do because you don't want to be hurting innocent, good people. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of this, and I can tell you every time a woman has hurt me like that, she didn't know herself. Every single time. Or she'd be lying to herself. That's another thing that I should mention as well. But quite often, people will lie to themselves or they won't know what they want, and with that, they end up hurting other people. And you just don't want to do that to someone who's actually a good person or someone who could potentially be a good partner for you in the future. So if you avoid ruining things with them from the beginning, then you can stay in touch here and then, and maybe 3 years down the road, maybe you'll be in a better place to hit someone up and start dating them, or maybe that person will improve themselves and you'll actually like who they are then. So you just never know. And this is why you should get to know yourself well enough that you're just not going to burn bridges with people by not knowing yourself well enough to know that they're not a good match for you in the here and now. Because like I said, they could be a good match for you in the future. But anyway, this is more just about not hurting other people, because it's not cool and it can be avoided. Not necessarily easily avoided, but the more you know yourself, it kind of does become easy, because you'll start to know yourself well enough that you'll know whether or not you could see yourself becoming intimate or having a long-term relationship with someone pretty early into getting to know them. And that helps you avoid so much pain on their end and even on your end. So it's just a good life skill to have in general. Anyway, I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!